So, what I was able to deduce was every full moon, Zenithar comes down and he asks for a wrestling match with basically a worthy mortal. And the only way I can pay my rent is, if I'm willing to wrestle Zenithar basically every full moon. So that's why I can't really go out when people ask on a full moon, People have suspicions, like lycanthropy, People are getting suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, is this guy a werewolf?
I can see that.
I just have things to do, Sometimes you gotta do stuff,
Yeah. Welcome back to That Was Mint. It's been a few months.
You see, we were vigorously raising money on that grind,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So we bought some real estate, a mansion, Lamborghini.
Yep.
We actually got famous on TikTok, so
yes,
millions of dollars just flowing in.
If you're wondering why the app's getting banned, yeah,
you're looking at it right here.
You're looking at the reason.
So obviously, this is a big podcast, because we're returning after our hiatus and all these hijinks.
I know.
We basically shut down TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And
now we're back.
Let's just say I had a chat with a few senators, and it's over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's official?
Yeah. Well, I kind of pulled the trigger on that one.
Nice. I don't know where the mic is best put. Yeah. Whatever. It'll be here.
Here's a good question. If you had the would you pull the trigger? Would you just be like, done? TikTok gone.
Yeah, I'd get rid of TikTok.
Yeah, I would too.
Because I feel like what's holding them back from doing it? Like users? That's like, who cares? Like, are they gonna stop shutting down an app because, like, my teenage daughter doesn't want it shut down?
You're right. They can't even vote.
They can't vote. Lots changed in the past few months. Wait, no, we've filmed one of these we filmed a couple of these, but it's been a while. Like,
we basically were endorsing Vermin Supreme for the presidency.
Correct.
Bootheads all the way.
Bootheads all the way. I don't know what I just said. Was it bad?
Have you heard of that guy?
I've heard his name.
He literally runs for president every year, and he wears a boot on his head, and he's like, "We got to get everyone with good teeth."
I love Vermin.
Yeah.
He's got good. I have a vibe with his message. Honestly, a lot. Yeah, I went to prison for a bit.
As you can see with the.
As I can see, so that's where I've been doing. Ethan, what have you been up to?
Oh, I've been on the stock market, man.
Yeah.
I've been day trading like a madman.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about the stock market.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
No, but just doing.
Nice. We're trying out this new set. Look how much wood there is in this set.
There's a lot of wood in here.
There's a lot of wood. This room's entirely wood,
actually.
actually.
Bought it from a lumberjack, actually.
Yeah, we're in a cabin. We're in Wyoming right now.
Yeah, to escape,
To escape.
The
Correct.
Jorts.
Can you see Mario? Oh yeah, you can see Mario. Mario joined us for the podcast today. But yeah, we're trying this out. We'll see how it is. I literally don't remember what we recommended last time.
I
probably didn't watch it.
That. Go into the ether.
Well, there haven't been any new movies.
Yeah. Well, there's something that you maybe observed over this quarantine time period that you found gripping?
Oh, yes. And now I can pull up my phone during the podcast because it's not filming the video.
Oh.
How about that?
Ain't that convenient?
Mm-hmm. So what else does Vermin Supreme stand for?
I think he wants everyone to have a pony.
Okay.
Which you got my vote.
I'm good with that.
I was at work and there's this lady walking a pony.
Really?
Yeah. And usually I'm kind of suspicious of people walking up on the grounds of where I'm a gardener at, but now she had a pony, so I was just like, yo, that's dope.
Pretty cool.
You can walk here whenever you want, as long as you let me see that pony.
Dang. Well, let's see. What did I watch? That was good.
The Darjeeling Limited? No, that's.
I watched the Darjeeling Limited. It was pretty good.
I'm a fan.
I liked it. I didn't like Friday the 13th, the first one.
Who? Oh, wow. I don't.
Jason's not even in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm making it my goal to watch all of like the classic horror
Yeah.
Halloween, Friday the all those ones. Friday, and I was like, I'll watch at least one. First Friday the 13th, Jason's not even in it. So I'm like, well then what? Stupid.
That's kind of misleading.
Yeah. And he's on the poster. It's not like he's not.
Wait.
Well, it's not him. It's like a body with a knife, and it's very clearly like a Jason Voorhees body. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is with that. I watched. Have you seen Election? This movie's great. You'd like Election. That might be
like
my
Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis.
no. That's The Election.
I was like, Justin.
That might be my recommend of the week. I might save that one for.
Wait, what's Election?
Election is a 1999 comedy. It's got Reese Witherspoon and Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick?
It's pretty.
I love Matthew Broderick.
It's pretty great. Like, it's one of the most probably underrated comedies. I hadn't heard of it.
Oh.
But when you watch it, it's like, wow, like there's a ton of things that this carried over. Like a lot of like Reese Witherspoon's character is basically like Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec. Like almost 1-to-1. Like there's a lot of, you can very clearly see a lot of things were influenced by Election. So
Interesting.
that was a really good one. That was recent. I watched Footloose. Footloose? What a bop. I loved Footloose. I didn't love it. I mean, it was pretty flawed, but I enjoyed it. Gone Girl. That was pretty great.
That was
It's a heavy one. It's a tough one.
Dude, when she just assassinates Neil Patrick Harris, I was screaming, bro. I was like, whoa.
Truly shocked. I was shocked when that happened. And I watched, Bad Education was like the only, it's like one of the only 2020 movies that was actually really good.
Who starred in this?
It's Hugh Jackman.
Oh, the Jack?
And like a bunch of boys, like Allison Janney and Ray Romano and
Ray Romano?
There's a ton of people in it.
What's his Ray Romano?
Jimmy Tatro's in it.
Ooh.
I was like, Jimmy Tatro.
Jimmy.
So that's cool. That's a good movie. It's on HBO.
Oh, HBO. Well, I've been watching some things on HBO as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, HBO just added all the Studio Ghibli movies on there.
So that's right.
Running through the two most recent that I watched that were very good were Nausicaa of the Valley of the Winds, which is like basically we nuked ourselves and like the jungle's turned all toxic and there's giant bugs and junk.
Mm-hmm.
And the world's kind of gone pretty poopy, and it's kind of gone medieval as well. So there's like swords and armor, but also guns and all that biz, airships. Whole deal. And it's just this like girl Nausicaa, and she's a princess, but she's good with animals and stuff. She's kind of she's trying to get people together,
Get some people going.
And then I watched Tales of Earthsea, which is a fantasy flick based off of a book. It's like basically just the hero's journey, a kid growing up. But I would say it's pretty heavy. It's not a kid's movie, even though it's animated. It's the heavy themes of death that are very it's very profound, actually very touching. I'd say.
It's good. You know what else is an animated movie that's not a kid's movie that I just watched?
What?
Coraline.
Yeah.
Not for children. Glad I didn't watch that one.
Ooh, Patrick Stewart is in Nausicaa.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Coraline. I was like, no, he isn't.
I'm trying to think of actors. I think that's all I can remember.
It's all good.
Hey, Patrick. Oh, like Cheech.
Cheech
Marone was in Earthsea. He's like one of the villains.
That's awesome.
Hey, come over here, boy! And I was just like, wow, okay.
Okay, all right.
I'm vibing with this.
Nice. All right. Well, that's some stuff we watched.
Stuff.
Did you play any video games this?
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
How was that?
I waited. It was good.
It was good.
It lived up. I enjoyed it. It's the originals. It's hard to get into. It's very old.
Yeah.
So to have it all nice and shiny and new is really nice.
Nice. I played God of War. The new one, a.k.a. Boy. So good.
You gotta let me borrow that, bro.
Yeah, I'll let you borrow that next time I bring it up.
Kill the Nord. I like Nordic mythology a lot too. So
yeah, there's a whole it like really seamlessly. It doesn't overwhelm you. I wasn't overwhelmed. I know basically nothing about Nordic mythology, and I follow along with everything. So
what kind of stuff you getting? What kind of Nordic mythology you getting? You get like Fenrir, the wolf god, and all that.
No, Fenrir's not in it yet. Jormungandr's in it.
Jormungandr?
Is that am I saying that right?
Wait,
the world serpent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. There's tons of references to like Thor and Odin and all those, and like Freya's in it. Baldur's in it. Trying to think. Magni and some other guy. Whatever Magni's brother is.
Those guys. Okay.
Yeah, but there's like, this familiar. So like Vanaheim and Jotunheim and all the Heims. And all the Heims are mentioned.
And all the Yggdrasils and the Bigdrasils.
Yeah, you go to a couple of them. But there's like some areas that are like literally just impossible to get to. It's like, Odin blocked this. You'll never get here. At least for God of War 1. But like, I'm sure you get there in the sequels. Yeah.
Odin has blocked your path.
Yeah, because it's like you use the Bifrost to change realms, and you like scroll around, and it's like Asgard. Odin has blocked this. You can't go to Asgard.
See, I hate when games like do that.
Yeah,
it's like if it's on the map, it should be in the game. Like the Mordor games did that.
For all I know, I mean, maybe it is in the game, and I haven't gotten there yet, but I don't think it is. Which is whatever they're making more.
Or did you like do the final boss?
Yeah, and I beat the story.
Oh yeah,
well, they're not going to put every realm in the first God of War. Yeah. They got to make more for more money and more story.
More money.
Well, like the ending is like a really good note to end on because it's like, okay, I very clearly see where the sequel's going. It's not like vague or.
What if it just takes a complete left turn?
I'm
kidding.
I played the first Last of Us. Never finished it, but now I finished it.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, Last of Us 1 was fun.
It's like a good gameplay.
Yeah. It's
not the best, but it's got like a primo 10 out of 10 story, which is why you played anyway. So
yeah.
And then
I enjoyed the fact I played it years ago when the gameplay was actually like on top of it.
Yeah, that's the thing is there's so many games that have like are so much more fun to like. I played Last of Us and I was like, that was an amazing story, but I had some. It wasn't super fun to play the whole time, and then I switched to God of War, and the story's amazing and it's really fun. So that was a good switch. So those are some games. Oh, I watched all of Better Call Saul. You people need to wake up.
Wake up.
Open your eyes, people. Better Call Saul
the truck up.
Is as good, if not better, than Breaking Bad.
Say what?
Yeah. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation yet. But Better Call Saul is one of the best shows ever made.
Wow.
I still think Breaking Bad's a little better, probably, just because you can still watch Better Call Saul without having seen Breaking Bad and enjoy it a lot. But there are moments that you can't appreciate nearly as much if you haven't seen Breaking Bad. But Breaking Bad, you can just pop in and like the whole thing is just like perfect.
Mr. White, I
Mr.
called you
White.
like an hour ago.
Jesse's not in Better Call Saul yet. There's another season, so
Jesse,
you never know.
Dad.
They might try to like
getting these weird calls on the phone. Should I just be Walt Jr. for the rest of the podcast?
Oh, I almost spilled water. What else do we want to talk about?
Well, let's come to this, Justin. I guess we have to dive into the divisive and flaming realm of politics and social issues.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that there are some things going on in the world that we must address as podcast hosts.
Yes, I agree.
That it's just
the glasses are coming off.
There's a lot. You guys know what's going on.
You guys know.
You live in the same reality we do. You know what's going on. You know how crazy things are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all due to one thing.
Yep.
It all comes down to one thing.
Yeah, it's literally just one.
It all stems from one thing.
Yeah. And really, it has all stemmed from one thing.
For all time.
For all time.
And that's Jorts.
Jorts.
Did you know that when the Egyptian Empire fell, have you seen the scrolls?
No,
With
I
the writing?
haven't.
Yeah, there's these pictures, they scratched the stuff in the walls. Hieroglyphs?
Hieroglyphs?
Yeah, Jorts. The very
Oh.
last one. That it
Really?
just ended.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Jorts,
fascinating.
I don't know.
I've seen too many jorts in my time.
It's not appealing for anyone except the person wearing them.
Yeah.
It's like sweatpants. Like bad sweatpants. Like baggy sweatpants.
It's true.
Old greasy sweatpants.
Old sweatpants. I've never worn jorts myself, but I imagine that's an accurate statement.
I think I've had them on. I put them. I don't think I wore them out. I think I've tried on jorts and been like, yeah, it's comfortable, but I'm not.
But like at what
I'm not
cost?
a degenerate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you want me to do, right?
Yeah.
And I just see people walking around in jorts. Men,
I don't know what to say.
women, jorts.
Jorts. So you're saying if we stop wearing jorts, our problems will go away?
Well, at least this problem was whatever. I've been talking about. This problem would go away.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what else is good. I don't know anything.
You've been watching the news?
I don't watch the news.
Oh, really?
No,
You should probably
I don't go on the internet.
you should probably look up.
We're in Wyoming. Why do I need to go to?
Oh yeah, that's
don't
right. I
even have
forgot we're in a
internet.
cabin in Wyoming.
You're taking the
lore
camera
we
to an internet
agreed
cafe
on.
later, 2
Yeah.
hours away to upload the podcast.
That's right. I gotta drive our what's like a really old box car.
Box like cardboard.
No, I meant like I was just trying to think of some car you'd
Boxcar racers. Is that
Yes.
that kind of box?
I was trying to think of a car that you'd own like when you're on the lam or something. Something really inconspicuous, like a old like VW like sedan or I don't know.
Well, like a stolen Honda Civic.
Yeah, like one of those.
Like 2002.
Yeah. So I'll drive that
Mm-hmm.
and I'll go down to Café le Internet
Café le Internet.
and I'll edit the podcast.
Real quick.
Oh yes. So if you're out there and you wear jorts or you know someone who does wear jorts, it might be time to sit down and rethink either your life choices or maybe their life choices. And yeah.
And you can gather loved ones in this process.
No, yeah,
you can
make it a whole
reach
thing.
out to people and get them together for an intervention or some sorts.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, the jorts.
Yeah. I had a friend I haven't talked to in like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, in like 3 or 4. I haven't talked to this guy like once. And I saw a picture of his and he was wearing jorts. And I texted him. I was like, hey man, listen, I saw your picture with jorts and I just wanted to say that you really got to stop. Yeah, he's dead now. So.
He's dead now, so.
I didn't kill him, but he just happened to die.
He just happened to die in a terrible car
This won't connect at all to why we're in Wyoming on the lam, but anyway.
This has nothing to do with the fact that we're in Wyoming.
Neither
does the fact that I might have been insider trading while day trading.
Oh yeah, hey, look at that. We're connecting lore in our own
We're
episode.
connecting the dots for a little trail of breadcrumbs all the way.
Oh yeah.
All the way back to us.
All right. Interesting. What else? You got anything else on the roster? Baseball.
I want to pick your brain about this.
Okay.
I did get okay, I'm sorry. I got a glimpse of a computer for like 10 seconds the other day.
Yeah.
And I happened to see a news story. The only thing I've seen
okay.
Forever.
Were you at Café le Internet again?
I was at Café le Internet.
Okay.
I got a glass of water and used their bathroom.
Okay.
So
that's good then.
And it's hard with the fake beard, and all the stuff you got to put. Anyway, so I caught a glimpse. I just wanted to pick your brain. The good old government was like, hey, by the way, we kind of like found some stuff that's like not from this planet.
I read that they found stuff. I didn't know. Did they say what they found, or were they just?
They just said like people speculate about this a lot, and yes, we do technically like find things that we don't know the origin of, or like might be from like somewhere else that are very strange, and we kind of look at them.
I don't know. Do you think there's aliens?
I think there's Russians, bro.
Okay.
I like to entertain fun ideas because I think it's harmless and it just makes the world a little more fun.
Yeah. I don't personally.
So like, why not?
Yeah.
But also,
I don't know that I agree with aliens. I do think ghosts are real.
Ghosts.
I think if any weird like does it exist or does it not, I think ghosts are.
I don't think Sasquatches exist.
I don't think Sasquatches exist either. That seems too like someone has to have seen.
It's just
Bigfoot.
Sasquatches. There's so much and just nothing. There's so much Sasquatch shows and books and things, and it's just nothing.
I think ghosts are probably real. I don't think anyone's really seen a ghost that's like filmed it. Like none of these ghost hunters.
Oh no.
Or anything. And I don't think ghosts are like Oogie Boogie, like Slimer from Ghostbusters
Actually,
popping out of the wall.
Speaking of that, I completely believe in ghosts. Because actually my dad was telling me some stories. Like, and this was like, he was being legit. He was serious, you know, because we're like adults now. He doesn't have to like tell me scary stories or like, you know,
He's just kind of
like that. Like we're on a camping trip basically. And so he was talking about how like he went and he was just got out of college and got a job in this town away from home. Basically was staying in these people's house, you know, and renting out an extra room they had. And he kept hearing all these weird noises, like, throughout the house and stuff. And, like, I don't know, he said something about, like, origins of the noises in the basement. And he, like, went down to the basement and just heard, like, but, like, no one was in the house and stuff. And, like, just a bunch of crazy, you know, rattling in the pipes and biz. And then they were like, someone, like, hung themselves on the stairs, like, right where he heard the banging. And he left that day.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And I don't know, my dad's, like, not, like, a
superstitious,
he's not a wussy boy.
Oh, okay.
Or like really a superstitious guy. I think. Like I feel like, but he definitely just like.
No, yeah. I'm not knocking on wood everywhere I go, but like, I definitely can see ghosts being somewhere.
Yeah.
I
never want to meet one.
I'll probably never meet one. I don't know. Maybe I will.
I don't think 4 ghost stories this month, by the way. So like, I was just on it.
But they're like, it's one of those. It's so even if you saw a ghost, even if right now while we're filming we saw a ghost, like we probably wouldn't even believe it ourselves, because it's that like crazy a thing to like think really happened, that your mind goes, I must have made that up.
Yeah.
So I feel like even if
but would we have made it?
I don't know.
And how much ridiculous stuff is like.
Well, back in like old, you know, centuries ago, like when they didn't have, I hate to be like big like phone bad man, but like back when they didn't have electricity or anything like that.
Okay, boomer.
There was tons of. I didn't want to come to that. I'm like,
come to this,
boomer. Old, man. Shut up. You'll end up like that Jorts friend of mine.
With my head smashed in a Denny's parking lot.
I didn't say how he died.
In a dumpster?
No.
Clutching my last meal takeout to go?
Wait, Denny's?
Desperately?
Denny's?
Half of a Grand Slamwich.
Denny's
in my
was
mouth.
His last meal? What a sad way to like. What a sad way to die.
I died from a bat to the head with a Grand Slamwich halfway in.
That's a Grand Slam.
That first bite. Just... Oh, we're giving away a lot this podcast.
That's a pretty funny way to die. Eating a Grand Slam and then getting hit by a baseball bat. That's hilarious.
Grand Slam. You just got Grand Slam.
You got Grand Slamwich, bro. What was I saying? Oh yeah, centuries ago people like didn't have electricity, and so they saw a lot more ghosts, or at least there were more ghost sightings.
Oh, dude, don't even.
because their mind was just like they didn't think they had nothing to do all day. They just sat around and read in like giant mansions. So they were like, oh, what was that? Maybe it wasn't good.
They just sat around and read in giant mansions.
That's what they did.
That's Justin's.
They didn't all live in mansions.
No, I'm not getting on you for that. I just love that as that was the
that's
past.
history. That's history.
That's history right there.
That's what they did.
I don't disagree with you. Actually, I agree.
For 7 years, for 7 straight years, everyone had a mansion. Do you know that?
Oh.
Yeah, it was the Mansion Act of 1595.
Oh, really? Who put that into effect?
That was passed by Barbarell Clemson.
Yes.
He was an oil baron. He was
the rat of Moscow.
He was
yes.
The rat of Moscow. That goes hard, actually.
Rat of Moscow. That's a good name.
That actually is kind of sick. The rat of Moscow.
That makes you.
Wait, what were you? Literally nothing. I was just talking about how old people, people from centuries ago saw more ghosts.
Oh, I could tell you something about that.
Yeah.
I think technology and electricity, that stuff, I think that like makes the ghosts, or at least like those like kind of wookie things, kind of like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like it's just like they don't vibe, they don't mix.
I don't think so. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, there's parallels, I guess, when before there was cities and stuff, there was animals everywhere. You probably like where we are right now in Wyoming, in our cabin.
Yeah.
Who knows what was crawling around like on this very space?
We're in Shoesterville, by the way.
Shoesterville, Wyoming. 174 West Pine Road. Come find me.
She says one thing, drops your address in chat. That's how real men settle scores.
Yeah. Nice block, idiot.
Nice
this
block,
you,
idiot.
1709. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why I don't online game, man.
Yeah, I can't do it. Too much.
It's just not the scene.
So, speaking of online gaming, I wasn't playing it, but I was reminiscing a little bit about League of Legends. I played it for... We've talked about how awful this game is. Ooh. I'm not here to talk about the game. I want to talk a little bit about the characters in the game. Because I was watching...
Dr. Mundo.
Only Dr. Mundo is who I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
But like I was watching some cinematics that they made.
Spin to win?
Huh?
Spin to win? What's that guy's name? Gareth?
Garrick? Oh, Garen? Garen's the spin to win guy. I played him all the time.
That's it. I know Garen and Dr. Mundo.
But I was watching some cinematics of the character reveals. I was like, these are awesome. Like they're really cool, like 1.5-minute short film animated things. And I'm like, this is a really cool character idea. Maybe not the most original, but it's got potential, But that got me thinking about like the medium of things. Because League of Legends would probably make a pretty cool show if you had, or like maybe a bunch of short films, if they dedicated their money to talk about the huge cast of characters they have and connect the world.
If there was lore, that'd be cool. I like lore.
There is lore to it, but you get none of that in the gameplay. Yeah. The gameplay is click and move around, and that's it.
That could be successful because all the League people would watch it.
Yeah, that's
and then
what
everyone else would say, this looks cool.
There's a huge audience, both national and global. Everyone plays League of Legends across the world.
Well, they have a production already in place. They've made video media.
Yeah. But I'm saying like little 1.5-minute short films, maybe for each character, like do not even do service to how cool that character could be.
Yeah.
In anything.
Listen up, League of Losers.
League of Legends. I'm willing to come on and write some stuff.
Ooh.
Or at least I don't know. I just feel like that's such a good idea, and because of the medium, they were like, no, it's a video game where you just click and the characters don't have anything to do. Like characters that are rivals in the lore, if you play against them in the game, it doesn't even matter. Yeah. They're just going to be the same.
I'll write some lore for you guys. I'll get some good stuff in there. You won't be disappointed in League of Losers.
Yeah. But I don't know, online game. I can't do it. The world does need Team Fortress 2 right now.
Team Fortress 2.
The world needs TF2 more than ever.
Good old days.
More than ever.
Sandwich.
I don't think we need TF3, but I think more people.
I think if people got on TF2, a lot of things would get better.
Oh yeah, I love TF2.
Wow. You want another spicy topic?
Yeah, I'll take a spicy topic.
All right.
Can I get fries with that?
What?
Can I get fries with that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Spicy fries.
Mm.
Justin, we've been lied to.
By who?
We've been cheated. We've been bean-boozled and deceived.
By who?
What we think is the truth isn't the truth.
Did Mario lie to us?
It's false.
Did Mario lie to us?
No, Mario would never. Mario would never lie.
Mario would never.
I know a kid named Mario. He'd lie. He lies all the time, but not this Mario.
But not this Mario.
But not this Mario. This is a good Mario. Anyway, Justin, I'm going to attempt to, in a timely fashion, vindicate Genghis Khan.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's hear it.
So tell me, what comes to your mind when you hear the name Genghis Khan?
He was a warrior leader of the Mongols, right? And he was notoriously very violent, or he
Violent,
at least
brutal. Would you say?
Probably I'd throw brutal, maybe.
Savage?
I didn't know the guy, but I'd like to think.
Or in common knowledge, you would say he's a savage.
Well, I mean, is this the real Genghis Khan, or is this the Night at the Museum Genghis Khan?
We're talking about the real one. We're not talking about
okay, because the Night at the Museum Genghis Khan is a teddy bear.
Yeah.
And the real one is about to be vindicated.
About to.
So
you'd say savage, bloodthirsty murderer, mass murderer.
He killed his
piece
brother,
of
didn't he? Didn't he do
his
something?
Brother.
I forget.
Bada boom, bada ba. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
He did kill his brother.
Oh, that's still in the cards. Okay.
Oh, that's in the cards.
Okay.
But what I'd like to express to you or introduce you to is a different, person.
Okay.
Genghis Khan, that name is actually different from his original name. His original name is Genghis Khan. And
okay, I think I knew that.
Genghis Khan is the westernized version of that name. Basically, Genghis Khan is a caricature. It's not real. It's a fictional character created by British anthropologists and historians like the 1800s. People that weren't even around to see this guy and do know what he did, basically.
Yeah.
So for most of history, the Mongols have been misconstrued. Basically, there's been a lot of false information out there, legends, rumors. No first-hand accounts of actually them. There's been no first-hand sources, right?
Yeah.
And basically, recently, I couldn't tell you the year, but very recently, basically, they found these old Mongolian texts called the Secret Histories. And basically, it is a first-hand account of Genghis Khan's life, his family's life, and a whole bunch of stuff that we didn't even know before, right? And this history was actually kept from the hands of the Mongol people by subsequently the Chinese government during their whole communist thing, as well as the USSR during their whole communist thing.
Yeah.
And the reason that they wanted to kind of keep these histories from people is because the Mongol people, they don't dislike Genghis Khan. They don't see him as a bad guy. They don't see him as a savage. They actually see him as a hero. He's like their George Washington, basically. He's their, I don't know, who's another big one? Oh, Queen Elizabeth. I don't know, that,
of a nation,
pinnacle figure,
Yeah.
But they look up to him. He's a very important figure to them. And he kind of exemplifies a lot of things about them. And basically, I went into these secret histories. I read some books about him, and basically found he was just a dude basically trying to survive in a really big, really wild world, and he got dragged into a lot of crazy things. And basically, he fought until he died. Just trying to preserve himself and his people. But a lot of the things you hear about him are lies. He never raped women.
Okay.
He never. He actually outlawed that within the entire Mongol Empire, which stretched larger than the Roman Empire.
And this was all in the book that you said?
Yeah.
What's it called again?
So this would be the book Genghis Khan and the Forming of the Western World.
Okay. Genghis Khan forming the Western.
And this is it's pretty recent information.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say I haven't heard.
And reading it makes me sad, because it would kind of be like if I don't know, someone we looked up to was kind of just like poo-pooed on by everyone for a really long time.
Yeah.
And like,
And then like just his whole image just
Yeah.
gets. Well, that happens a lot. Like King Tut really didn't do like anything.
Yeah.
Like he had like was what pharaoh for like a day.
yeah,
And he's like the most famous pharaoh. Like if you thought of pharaoh, you'd think King Tut.
Yeah.
But he's been so blown, and that's kind of reverse, I guess. He's been hyped
it
up
is
to
exact
be
reverse,
way
yeah.
more than he is, and in reality, he really didn't do a whole lot.
But another thing is a reason people don't want people to kind of know about him, or at least in the past they didn't.
Yeah.
Like those communist governments and all that stuff. Bad people.
Yes.
From the World War II and after time, Cold War, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, is Genghis Khan actually invented freedom of religion within like official common law.
Interesting.
It had never existed like before that point in an empire. And so basically, like, it was like there's literally revolutionary like accounts of like religious freedom and like even religious debates between like Muslims and Buddhists and Christians.
Yeah.
Like for the first time, because you could have never gotten these guys in a room without them killing each other.
Interesting. Dang. The things you learn.
It's just wild and wacky. I'd recommend the book very much.
But he did kill his brother.
He did kill his
That
brother
was-
because his brother was gonna marry his mom.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
basically, he had a feud with his adopted half brother.
Okay. So he wasn't even his full brother.
So basically, his father was a mountain man who kidnapped. His name was Temujin at the time.
Okay.
Genghis Khan. So Temujin's mother was kidnapped by this mountain man. He's like, "You're my second wife now," but she was the lesser wife, basically. And this was against her will, by the way. So Temujin was born, and he had an older half brother. And basically, when his father died, his half brother was kind of like, "You're nothing. I'm gonna basically make you like my slave for the rest of my life, but as my brother, and I'm also gonna marry your mom, and I'm gonna take everything from you." So, boom. And so Temujin goes to his younger brother, not half brother, so he's not on that side. He's like, "Listen, man." And so they get this sneak attack going. But, a lot happens. He gets taken as a slave for 10 years after that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an universe, like, payback thing.
Yeah.
His mother also, like, kind of disowns him. There's a great quote. She says, "You have no friend but your own shadow." I can't hear you. "You have no friend but your own shadow, son Temujin." And she called him a beast, an animal, cast him out of her house. He was captured by slavers and subsequently enslaved. Till he escaped by the will of a very nice family that, was like, "Get out of here, man." Basically, he made his way for himself in the world and kind of decided he was going to stop being stomped on by people and kind of...
Yeah.
With it, and also you have to understand the context, too, of the ancient Mongol world. It's a land like basically war bands and bandits. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So if you want to survive, you either have to live in the woods and eat rats and berries and be poor and nothing, or you could start a war band and conquer, kind of. And so he kind of just chose, he's like, "I got to start a war." And the driving force for him to start a war band, I forget this too, his wife got kidnapped from him. Someone stole his wife, this tribe. And so he's like, "Well, I need to get my wife back." So he started his war band to get his wife back.
Yeah.
And then his allies betrayed him after that because they saw that he was such a great leader that they got scared of him, basically.
Yeah.
And so he had to take out his allies. By then, 30 years of warfare have passed, and he's this great nation. He's like, "What do I do next?" "Well, I guess we'll just sit here." And, they're sitting there and like, "We don't have resources for all these people. We got to expand."
Yeah.
So they started expanding.
Mm.
And lo and behold, it just never ended, really, until his great-grandchildren.
Well, there you go. There's some history about Genghis Khan, everybody.
Look into it, kid. You will be surprised, because I think, by the way, all the killing he did, it was soldiers, military personnel only. He would go into a town, and they would they just slaughter the military force. So that just shows how many battles he won.
Yeah.
Basically, the millions of people he killed, those weren't innocent people like Mao killed or Stalin killed, those were soldiers who, kind of signed up for that. So I don't really see. Sorry if I don't see like too big of a moral issue if you choose to go to war and you die.
That's true. Did you see? Sorry, I'm watching this. Did you?
Wait. Let's wrap this up.
That's
so what's a closing thought from you?
Oh, this is my closing thought.
Yeah,
Wait, about Genghis Khan or closing thought in general? Oh, that's interesting. It's like I said, like history gets. I haven't read the book myself. No. I'll take your word for it, but yeah, it changes. I mean, like you could live a really great life, and it just depends on who's around to tell. I hate to get all Hamilton on everybody.
Yeah, I was literally it just floated into my head.
But for real though. But he do kind of slap though. They do. I just watched Hamilton, so that's good.
No, I just literally that song shuffled onto my phone the other day, and I listened to it.
No, but yeah, I mean, Genghis Khan, if he had a really great life and it just didn't get told that way, then that's unfortunately the way it was. But
And so read into things, kids. The grand lesson is everything is not what it seems.
I agree. Well, I got some. As many of you probably know, baseball is back.
Baseball back, baby.
And
when someone batted the ball and one of them got out, sounded like a dog.
Oh yeah. Someone had a home run. I hit a dog. As you guys know, I'm an avid baseball fan. Big Dodgers fan. We've talked about the Dodgers. Baseball? We've talked about the Dodgers and the Astros on the podcast before. We got some follow-up to that.
Oh, what? Follow-up? I'm invested in this.
So as you know...
I don't like baseball, but I like this.
None of the Astro players got suspended or anything that were involved. They got fined. Their manager's gone. Their GM's gone. But MLB gave the players immunity beforehand.
Gosh darn rabble-rousers.
But because of that, none of the players got suspended. So, of course, everyone's mad about that. So the Dodgers just played the Astros for the first time in a while. Not since the World Series, but, no, there was no fight.
No, but they did, smackdown on them?
Oh, they put a bit of a smack. So, basically, the Astros are pretty... Revenge. Some of the Astros acknowledge it, like Alex Bregman, the third baseman's look, we cheated. We're gonna have to pay for it. People are gonna throw at our heads. He's whatever. I accept
it. Take it, boy.
But you know what? That's fine. So
this is great.
Joe Kelly.
I'd love to see this revenge.
Joe Kelly is a reliever, which we got a couple years ago. He used to be a Red Sox, so he beat us in the World Series, but he's a Dodger now. So Joe Kelly is pitching for us, and Alex Bregman comes up to the plate, and Joe Kelly's just throwing balls kind of everywhere. And he throws one literally 3 feet behind his head, Alex Bregman's head, and Alex Bregman ducks for it, and he doesn't react. He's just all right. Again, he's I knew that was going to happen, but okay. And then Carlos Correa's the next guy up to bat. They get Bregman out, and then he's basically doing the same thing to Correa. He's just throwing behind his head. And then he strikes him out. Legend to end the inning.
Legendary.
And Carlos Correa starts yapping at Joe Kelly. Hey man, what are you doing? And Joe, dude, you gotta see this. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Joe, if you keep up with baseball, you've seen this. But Joe Kelly does this face to Carlos Correa, and it's the funniest thing. Look at this. Yeah, put this up on the screen.
That's just what he did, and he got a swing and a miss from Correa to get out of the inning.
Wow, that's some elementary school.
Literally, that's so vicious. He's
vicious man.
And he wasn't even a Dodger when they cheated against us. That's just a dude who likes baseball a lot and is that was wrong what they did.
Enough to know who
I'm
going to
punish these dudes. And he struck them both out.
You hear me, Red Sox? Who cheated?
Astros.
Astros? You hear me, Astros? Astros? You're nothing. You're Garbaggio. You had to cheat to win? Pathetic.
But I liked that moment because it wasn't he did it. He did it for a reason, but he also backed it up. Like, he got both of them out, and he struck Carlos Correa out. It wasn't like he threw behind him, and then Carlos Correa got a home run. It was like Joe Kelly came in, got them both out. They talked back, and he was like, "Oh, you little baby." I was like, this grown man. Oh, so Joe Kelly, if you're watching this, you're my hero. And then here's where that gets even more insulting. Joe Kelly doesn't hit either batter. When you hit a batter intentionally, usually you get suspended like a game because you're intentionally trying to hit somebody. He didn't hit either Bregman or Correa. He got suspended 8 games.
8 games for the face?
8 games for not hitting either of them, for just throwing intentionally behind them and then responding back to them. And they did no punch. The bench is cleared, but no punches were thrown. But Joe Kelly got suspended 8 games. In the shortened season this is, it's literally equivalent to like 22 games.
Jeez.
So they suspended him for a while.
Baseball players, but don't they play like a lot of games?
Yeah, but it's a 60-game season now.
Huh.
So 8 games is
That's
a
a
lot.
lot of games.
Yeah. And
60
remember,
games.
you remember how many games the Astros?
What it used to be before.
Oh, it was like 100.
Holy mackerel!
Well, they played like every day. And they took
Yeah,
like a
that's
2-week
like an actual
break.
job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baseball players, man. You know
They-
what?
They go through it.
I had no respect for you, but I
Oh
got
my
respect
goodness,
for
I
you
got
now.
no
If you're a
respect for you,
pro
he said.
baseball player, high school baseball players
Oh, high school.
can suck eggs. They can take a nub.
All right.
All right.
But remember, how many games did the Astros get suspended? Did any Astro get suspended?
Didn't like nothing happen?
No, basically. I mean, their manager's gone, their GM's gone. Everyone in baseball hates them, but their
Sickening.
players didn't have to spend a single game suspended. Joe
Baseball
Kelly.
is ruined.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's done for.
Speaking
Anyway.
of sports, I got a sports thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Fight Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't name one guy, but I remember I was watching one fight. This was before I fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And basically,
Mm-hmm.
this dude was just getting the absolute meat pounded out of his head. Like this dude was just on top of it, and he was just for
yeah.
2 minutes.
Mm.
And this dude was not fighting back, and like everyone that I was watching this was just like
Like,
need
are
to
they gonna-
stop this fight?
yeah.
This guy's gonna die. He's gonna get brain damage, like permanent brain damage.
Yeah.
Like, stop the fight, please. And I watched the Joe Rogan commentary afterwards, and even he and Joey Diaz were like, "Stop the fight! Oh my God, stop the fight!"
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like Fight Island, man. Like, there's no rules on this thing, man. Like, it can get ugly.
So is that what is explain? I don't know Fight Island.
Okay, so
explain to me.
basically Dana White wanted to bring back the UFC, so he bought an island, and they're doing all the fights on this island. And
Okay.
this big old facility that's,
So it's exactly what it sounds like.
yeah,
A fight island.
It's
Okay.
an island where people
All right,
fight.
cool. I wasn't sure.
Having Bruce Lee and Enter the Dragon up
Interesting. Interesting.
next week.
Nice. Well, that's all the stories I got today. Pretty much.
I think that's all the stories. That was a good episode.
That was a
long
good. That was a
episode for you
good.
guys,
That was a
just
good
for you,
meaty
we
episode
missed
in
you.
the new cabin. I don't know if our cabin's gonna look the same next week. It probably will, but
Yeah, what?
or I don't know. This cabin's a work in progress. We might get some nice stuff in here. But you got any recommends? Might as well bring that back. Let's do one movie, one album. Because I gotta find an album. My movie is Election. If I didn't say that already. Election by Alexander. It's on Amazon Prime, so you can go check it out.
Amazon Primo. What should I recommend?
What shall you recommend?
What shall I recommend? I guess I'll recommend Tales of Earthsea.
Tales. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Hold on, let me. Tales of Earth Sea, like Earth -Sea.
Yes. Or it might be one word. There's
Whatever.
a dragon on the front.
Okay.
But don't expect to see lots of dragons in the movie. There's not lots of dragons in the movie.
Okay. Good to know.
It's one of those things where they save it.
Good to
They make
know.
it worth it though.
Yeah. Okay. Tales of Earthsea. My album will be an oldie but a goodie.
Oldie, but a goodie.
Probably heard it. I don't really have any groundbreaking music this week. I just really like Plastic Beach by Gorillaz. So
It's plastic beaches.
give that one a re-listen. I've been listening to it pretty good amount. So there you go. I'll come up with some
Let's see here.
groundbreaking thing next week.
All right. I got something a lot out there, Justin.
Okay.
But
Is it Mongolian war chanting?
oh no.
Okay.
It is Jackalib.
Oh, yes.
You must listen to Ego, the album by Jackalib. It's beautiful.
Now,
Every song just smacks.
now Ja is back.
Ja is back from the dead, and he's
This
now
is
Muslim.
impressive.
So,
I've never seen this happen. An artist actually come back from the dead to make more music.
I mean, people said he wasn't dead, and he isn't. So, if you're sleeping on it, then you're not a real fan, I guess.
Oh, hey. Okay, Ja Khalib. This says Trump says, we were talking about TikTok earlier.
Yeah.
He says he'll ban TikTok through executive action as soon as Saturday.
Oh!
Let me double check that.
Now you guys know
Trump
who I got
banning
connections
TikTok.
with.
Let me see.
Might have just talked
Yeah,
to
NBC. NBC reported
my
it.
good old boy Barron Trump. Like, hey, Barron.
He did
you
not
tell your
specify.
dad to ban TikTok? I know you like the podcast. Oh,
will
we shouldn't
act
have
as
told
soon as
people he's one of
Saturday.
our fans.
Oh, no.
You think we might get canceled because President Trump's
lot of people will
12-year-old
post-
son watches our podcast?
Well, people are going to post on on their stories that we're, you know how they say like companies that have donated to the Trump Foundation? It'll be like things that
oh, they're
are-
gonna
are-
see Ethan and Friends Productions on
they're
there.
going to see friends
Oh man.
associated with.
Oh, dude. We should have been a little more sneaky with our money, huh?
Yeah. Well, wait,
Especially all those hits we
money.
did.
I was just thinking, he just watches our videos. Wait, do we pay him?
Who?
Donald Trump. We don't pay him.
I mean, I think our lawyers would be pretty mad if we revealed the fact that we paid Donald Trump's paycheck as the president.
We pay his whole paycheck.
Yeah, dude. I write it every month.
Do
Sign it.
presidents get paychecks?
Yeah, from me.
Because I was like, that is a job.
No, they do.
But,
But it's
like,
not like
who are
that
you-
much.
Oh, okay, I guess. Well, that's stupid. I was like, what are you paying yourself, basically? Like, you're in
No,
charge of all the everything. You might as well.
I mean, if you have a foundation, but we don't have
there
to
you
get into
go.
that.
well, that was our very not political at all. I literally just saw that as we were finishing. I was like, oh, hey, we talked about that earlier. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to, I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Don't do anything.
You don't even have
Don't
to.
like this video. Don't subscribe. Don't even watch the next one.
If
Go
you-
away. Die.
If you want to like and subscribe, you can feel free to like and subscribe. You killed Mario. Oh my gosh. No. That's all for today. Say goodbye to the electric dolphin before you leave. And we'll see you next time. From where are we? What city in Wyoming are we?
Live from Shoesterville?
Shoesterville.
Shoesterville.
Live from Wyoming. This has been That Was Mint. Goodbye.